Somewhere out there, in the darkness between the stars, is a place where the rules simply stop working. A place where light itself can't escape. Where time bends out of shape. Where anything that falls in never, ever comes back. We've all heard the name, but almost no one knows what would actually happen, second by second, if you fell into one. So let's do it. Right now, imagine you're falling, head first, toward a black hole. And I'm going to tell you exactly what happens to you, all the way down. It is stranger and more terrifying than anything you've been told. Let's begin the fall. First, what are you even falling toward? A black hole isn't a hole. It's the opposite. It's too much stuff, crushed into too small a space. Take a giant star, far bigger than our sun, and collapse it down until its gravity becomes so ferocious that to escape it, you'd have to move faster than light itself. But nothing can move faster than light. And so, nothing escapes. Not a rocket, not a signal, not even light. That's why it's black. It's a place the light can check into, but never leave. And you are falling straight toward its heart. At first, from far away, it barely looks like anything, a dark circle. But as you fall closer, the universe around it starts to bend. Because a black hole is so heavy it warps space itself, and light passing nearby gets dragged and curved around it. So the stars behind the black hole don't disappear. Their light bends around it, wrapping the darkness in a glowing, shimmering ring. And if the black hole is feeding, there's more. A blazing disk of gas and dust, spiraling in at nearly the speed of light, heated to millions of degrees. The brightest thing you've ever seen, circling the darkest thing in the universe. You're falling faster now, and ahead of you is a boundary you can't see, but can never uncross. It's called the event horizon, and it is the single most important line in the universe. It's not a wall, it's not a surface. There's nothing there to touch. It is simply the point of no return. Outside it, if you fired your engines hard enough, you could still escape, 1 meter inside it. And escape would require moving faster than light, which means it's impossible, forever. Here's the part that breaks your brain. Once you cross that line, the black hole's center isn't just ahead of you in space, it's ahead of you in time. Falling toward it becomes as unavoidable as falling toward tomorrow. Every direction you could move, every choice you could make, leads inward. There is no turning around, because there is no direction left that points out. Now, what happens when you cross it? And here's where almost everyone gets it wrong, because it depends entirely on the size of the black hole. If it's a small one, a collapsed star, just a few times heavier than our sun, you're already in serious trouble long before the horizon. But if it's a supermassive black hole, the monsters at the centers of galaxies, millions of times heavier than the sun, something bizarre happens. You could cross the event horizon and feel absolutely nothing. No jolt, no barrier. You might not even know you'd crossed the most important line in existence. The bigger the black hole, the gentler the crossing, which is the exact opposite of what your gut tells you. But gentle doesn't mean safe, because whichever black hole you fell into, the same fate is waiting. It just arrives sooner or later. As you fall toward the center, gravity grows, and it grows unevenly. If you're falling feet first, your feet are now noticeably closer to the center than your head, so they're pulled harder, much harder. The difference stretches you, gently at first, then violently. Your body draws out longer and thinner, while being crushed inward from the sides. Scientists have a wonderfully grim name for this. They call it spaghettification. You are pulled into a single strand of stretched matter, then atoms, then a thin stream of particles, falling forever inward. Nobody survives the black hole. The only question was how long you'd last. But let's rewind. Because while all of this is happening to you, something even stranger is happening to how the rest of the universe sees you. Imagine a friend watched you fall from a safe distance. They would never, ever see you cross the event horizon. Instead, as you approached that line, they'd see you slow down. Your movements would freeze, your light would stretch and redden and dim, and you would hang there at the edge, fading, slower and slower, until you faded from view entirely, frozen forever at the boundary. To them, you never actually fall in. You just vanish at the door. But that's not what you feel. Not even close. For you, time runs completely normally. You don't freeze. You don't slow down. You fall right across the horizon in a heartbeat and keep going, while the outside universe behind you does the opposite. Its clocks speed up. Its light blue shifts and brightens. In your final moments, you might look back and watch the entire future of the universe play out above you. Galaxies spinning, stars being born and dying, faster and faster, all at once. The last thing you'd ever see is everything that will ever happen. And ahead of you, the center, the singularity. There is no avoiding it now. Remember, inside the horizon, the center isn't a place, it's your future. And your future is running out. Everything you are is falling toward a single point. And there is not one thing in the universe that can stop it. So what is it, this point everything falls into? The honest answer is that we don't know. Our best theory, Einstein's relativity, says all the black hole's mass is crushed into a single point of infinite density, where space and time curve infinitely, and every equation we have simply breaks, spits out infinity, stops making sense. And that's not a fact, it's a warning sign. It's physics telling us that something is happening in there that we do not yet understand. The center of a black hole may be the single greatest mystery in all of science. A place that exists, that we cannot describe. Right now, we are standing at the edge of human knowledge and staring straight into the dark. One last question. If nothing escapes a black hole, does it just sit there forever? Astonishingly, no. Stephen Hawking showed that black holes very, very slowly leak energy and shrink. Given enough time, a black hole will evaporate completely and vanish. But enough time is almost beyond imagining. A giant black hole would take longer to evaporate than a number with 80 digits. In years, unimaginably longer than the universe has even existed. So they aren't quite eternal. But they will outlast the stars, the galaxies, and very nearly everything else in creation. And this isn't science fiction. These things are real, and they're out there right now. At the center of our own galaxy sits a supermassive black hole, 4 million times the mass of the Sun. In 2019, humanity did something incredible. We took an actual photograph of one, a ring of fire around a circle of pure black, the image of a place from which nothing returns. There are likely hundreds of millions of black holes in our galaxy alone. The nearest one we know of is about 1,500 light-years away, cosmically speaking, right in our neighborhood. So that's what happens if you fall into a black hole. You are stretched into a thread of particles. You watch the universe age and die above you. And you fall toward a point that science itself cannot explain, a place where reality runs out of answers. We fear the dark because we can't see what's in it. But a black hole is a different kind of dark. It's the dark that even light can't escape, the deepest, strangest unknown we've ever found. And it's waiting out there, in the silence, between the stars. If this pulled you in, subscribe to The Wild Instinct, and we'll take you to the next impossible place, because the universe is far stranger than anyone ever told you.